30 minutes of very remarkable entertainment, coming to you nearly live with your host for tonight, Mr. Barth Kimball. Tonight, Barth's guest will be Sherry McCormick singing to her Fergie, Miss Connie Bushman on how to seduce an animal, Herbert Jansen, who spent 90 days in a motel without paying a cent, and Happy Kind and the Mirth Makers. And me, I'm Jerry Hubbard, and now here's your host and mine, Mr. Barth Kimball.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to Fernwood Tonight. I am Barth Kimball. It's great to know they killed the right brother, isn't it? Thank you. You know, it's fun to do this kind of television where it's spontaneous, unpredictable, and incredibly inexpensive to boot and to shoot. But what happens when the lights go off, the mics go dead, and the lens caps go back on the cameras? The magic that occurred here has disappeared out into space and gone forever. Well, fortunately for all of us, my associates at Gimbal Co. Enterprises and I have come up with a wonderful way to make the Fernwood Tonight magic stretch through the other 23 and a half hours of the day and through all 48 on weekends. It's the home version of Fernwood Tonight. Just imagine being able to duplicate in your own living room the kind of wild and glamorous fun we have here in Studio A every night, with only 4 people, a pair of dice, and an average-sized card table. That's all you need. Everything else is right here. You'll roll the dice and decide who becomes Barth Kimball and who becomes the guest, who becomes Happy Kind and has the responsibility of handling the money. And the low roller, of course, becomes our announcer, Jerry Hubbard. Then it's showtime. And as Barth draws questions from the question card pile, and the guest selects his answers from the answer card pile, everyone tries to get their paycheck cashed before the bank closes. And to keep the fun on the upbeat, there's even a miniature bandstand. Do we have that, Jerry? Can you show them that? Good. And with that come 4 official Mirth Maker kazoos, so you can play our theme almost as well as they can. And what's great news is your band will never go on strike. Now, for fun like this, I guess you'd probably expect to pay close to $10. That's where the big surprise comes in. You can't buy the home version of Fernwood Tonight at any price. What Jerry is holding in his hands is a prototype mock-up, and it's one of a kind. It goes straight from here to the Smithsonian. If you'd like in on Fernwood's biggest late-night fun since the Capri Lounge stopped its Chug-a-Lug contest, you'll have to write to Parker Brothers or one of the other major toy companies and urge them to buy the rights to the home version of Fernwood Tonight. There's no way we're not going to give them a very reasonable royalty deal. So, write soon, and maybe by next Christmas, you'll be playing the same game we are, and for almost the same money. Thank you very much. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, that looks like an interesting game. And that Smithsonian Institute is quite a college, I understand. I've heard a lot about that. And to the rich go the riches, though.
Yeah, it's the difference between some. I guess that game is more for playing with than playing for some people. Just playing with little pieces must have been fun for you, huh? It's a pretty game thing. Playing with game is fun. In fact, our first guest is a member tonight of the Fernwood Junior Farmers Club, and they probably play with wild game and all sorts of things.
Oh, probably.
She's going to come.
What all they play with.
That's true. She's going to come out here and sing to her chicken. I know. I know. It was a $10 bet. Somebody bet me $10 that I wouldn't have her on the show doing that. So $10 is $10. So please welcome Sherry McCormick and Fergie.
I like dreaming, 'cause dreaming can make you mine. I like dreaming, closing my eyes and feeling fine. When the lights go down, I'm holding you so tight. Got you in my arms and it's paradise till the morning light. I see us on the shore beneath the bright sunshine. We walked along St. Thomas Beach a million times.
sexy. That's something. Hi, Sherry. I'm Barth. And
I'm Jerry Hubbard.
Nice to meet you.
and this is Perky.
Yeah. Does she bite?
Oh, no, she's perfectly trained.
You know, since I won that last bet, I think I'm $10 richer. I had you on the show. I feel kind of lucky, so I'm going to bet you right now that Jerry can do even more tricks than Perky here. Well, for starters, can Perky lay an egg every night? I'm just kidding. A little surprise?
Okay, close your eyes and hold out your hand.
Wouldn't think of it. I'll just hold out my hand.
Oh, it's an egg.
It's an egg and it's broken and it ran over my hand. Hey, that's something. Why don't we put it in the candy and spring it on some dumbbell?
It's an old show business expression.
Care for some candy?
No. I was going to say, it's funny, there's an old show business expression, break a leg, but your chicken broke an egg before coming out. I guess
They're all scrambled up there something. There, actually, what can a chicken do in the line of tricks? I mean, can it fetch slippers or roll over or play dead and things like that?
Well, yes, she can play dead
Come
by...
on.
No, really.
Come on.
No, really. By rubbing her belly, she does play dead.
Happy, can we have some sort of drum roll or some sort of major chicken build up here for this? Great.
Who says chickens aren't smart? I'm going to remember that next time I go into a restaurant and order a whole chicken. I'm going to clap my hands before I bite into it.
Here I am between a chicken and a turkey. just ribbing you.
You know, it's funny. Are chickens particularly afraid of things? Because, you know, they always say someone is chicken. Is that an attribute a fowl has?
Oh, no, this one's not chicken at all.
Oh, it's not. It shouldn't be called chicken then, should it?
You want to hold it?
No, I'm a little nervous around here.
Well, this is all kind of exciting, but I'm afraid there's some people out there with weak hearts that might not be able to see too much of this kind of high-powered television. So, in deference to you, we'll be right back after this. Let's bring out the person who's responsible for getting Sherry and her chicken here on the show tonight. A great sportsman, let's put it that way. And a wonderful bettor, not very good at it. She's from the Fernwood Pet Control Center and $10 poorer, Mrs. Connie Bushman. Miss Connie Bushman.
Such a happy, contented pet.
Oh, it absolutely jokes me up. I understand that you were responsible for matching these two little lovebirds together.
It's part of our new Fernwood Pet Center program, a matching center program.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. You know, in the past, animals had no say about who their owners would be. I mean, someone would come into a pet store and say, I want that dog, or give me that turtle, or how much is that gerbil in the window? And the poor little critters had to go with them whether they wanted to or not.
Yeah.
I mean, animals never had any say-so.
Well, of course, if we're talking about animals, they couldn't have a say-so. They'd have a bark-so, or a meow-so. They'd have a quack-so. What would a bird have? A bird would have a tweet-so.
Yeah.
What would a fish have?
I'm more curious, what would a giraffe have?
Long way to go, so.
We're also working on interpersonal relationship between the animals themselves.
Connie, how is this pet matching scheme of yours working?
Well, suppose someone wants a pet. They come into the center and we do a personality inventory. It's a simple 32-page questionnaire. And after we compute it, we find out if the person is a frisky person or a perky person or a lazy person.
Lazy person probably wouldn't bother to fill out the questionnaire.
That's true.
And then what we do is we match them with a pet who's a perky pet, a lazy pet, or a frisky pet. It's so simple.
That's great. I imagine it would be kind of disastrous to match, let's say, a lazy person with a frisky pet. The poor guy could be out there snoozing on his in his backyard near the rose bush or something. Old Fido come up there, frisky Fido, just bury him. That might not happen either.
No. Well, anyway, then we have step number 2, in which the animal actually gets to do the choosing. I mean, this is so exciting. Do you know a dog has the ability to recognize his master's face and voice, right?
Well, sooner or later. Right off?
Yeah. Oh, well, after they get to know each other. Well, other animals have the same ability. So what we do is we videotape. We've taken this from the computer dating program, you know? We videotape prospective owners, and we let the animals watch the tape and see if they're attracted. You know? And well, what I did is I brought a couple of the tapes if you'd like to see what I mean.
Actually, I think I would. Do we have that tape racked up anymore? Just a few minutes?
The first man wanted a dog, but he had terrible trouble. I think you'll see. I mean, he wanted a dog in the worst way.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Exactly. What is the worst way to want a dog?
I think we're ready to roll.
Oh, we have it? Okay, fine. Roll them, please.
Hi, all you dogs out there. I love you. I'm Bob, and I'm going to call you Bubsy. I have lots of security, and I have a good job, and I can offer you some of that security, and come to my house, you'll have plenty to eat.
Next case.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't do too well on a computer date either with a girl. Dogs out there. It's kind of demeaning to a human and a dog.
He had a terrible time attracting dogs, let me tell you. We did, however, recommend a fish.
That's probably what you get on a dating service as well.
Now, this next gentleman did much better. I think you'll see why.
Okay.
Hi, boy. Hi. Come here, boy. Atta boy. Good dog, good dog. What a wonderful dog.
Gosh, I kind of went for him myself. That's a winning personality.
Too bad you didn't just go fetch him yourself. Now, what a difference. Boy, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I guess it's important sometimes even to make a fool out of yourself to get a dog to like you.
Oh, it helps. The dog went on. And, Barth, I have a surprise for you.
Well, I'm not sure I like surprises,
I'm in on this. This is nothing like the surprise you got when you were hosting your show down in Miami and you were on the air and those process servers sprung the papers on you. This is nothing like that.
No, good.
No.
What's a surprise?
What it is, Barth, is I took one of your shows and put it on videotape, and
come on.
I took it down to the center, and I showed it to all the pets there. And I want to tell you, Barth, the animals love your show.
Oh, really?
They do. It was incredible. But one animal in particular just responded so incredibly. I mean, she literally... She literally fell in love. It was love at first sight. And I have brought her here for a sniff test.
Oh, my God. Okay, sounds okay. What is it, a dog, a cat?
No.
A rabbit?
No.
Is it a gerbil? Is it a turtle or a frog?
No.
What
it's
is it?
Theta boa. It's a darling boa constrictor.
Oh, my God. You can't...
It's
Make me scream in front of my fans.
It feels like a pair of shoes. Look.
Wet is flying. I've heard it.
Dry. Barth, it's all right.
If that thing is not out of here by the time... Get that out of here, you're a dead woman.
Get right back, folks.
I see. And our next guest is kind of interesting because, as many of you know, our prisons have a great room to improve. And our next guest...
Well, we're back.
Our next guest...
Jerry. Is that snake still here?
No, it's gone.
I swear, Connie, is that snake still here?
No,
gone.
I promise you.
It's gone, you promise.
You looking for the snake?
Yes, I'm looking for the snake. I think I found it.
You don't have to worry. Before they strike, they make a funny sound, like Happy's band. Just kidding, man.
It's enough, Jerry. Boy, I'm sorry. We all have little things that we're afraid of. And some of us are afraid of little creepy, crawly things, and some are afraid of germs. I happen to be afraid, I admit, of God's little creepy, wiggly creatures, all right?
You should have seen your face. It was white as a sheet. And I had to laugh when you jumped up on the chair like a scared little girl. And the ironic thing was we had a little girl sitting on the couch, and she wasn't even scared. No, wait. You're right. I apologize for making fun of you. It's every American's inalienable right to have a yellow streak down his back.
I want to apologize for driving you to this. I mean, I really had no idea that I would be responsible for you making a fool of yourself. I mean, you know I really like you a lot.
Connie, I know that.
Really
Connie, lighten up.
And I didn't know you were going to
I think the issue can be pretty well closed right now, okay? As long as the snake is safely out of here. It is out of here, right?
Out of here.
Jerry, why don't you just do the next introduction here? I think I better take another one of my pills.
All right. As I was saying, we all know that the prisons have great room to be improved. And our next guest, or my next guest, or should I say our next guest, is a first-timer who just got sprung. And, Bart, you might want to pay attention to what he has to say in case you have to go to jail in Miami because of that business down there. But let's bring him out.
Jerry, I'll take it from here, okay?
Oh, I was feeling kind of at home here.
Yeah, you almost were. I'll take it from here, though. That'll be just...
A lot of the listeners have been writing in saying, Jerry, you look at home there in that hotel.
Jerry, old Barth has not done anything at all that he would be sent to jail for, okay? And that's not just my opinion. That's the opinion of a whole battery of lawyers. All right? So right now, I guess Jerry said enough to introduce this gentleman. Would you please welcome Herbert H. Jansen. Don't mind the gun here. I don't feel too at home. I mean, just clean the jail. Jerry, you dropped a carrot. That's right. Crying. Mr. Jansen, it's no secret that you were, of course, mayor of Birchfield, Ohio, just before you were sent to prison. And you were cut pretty well down to size. It was fraud, right?
Yes, Barth, but it was unfair. It was unfair. I mean, they built the new police department. They just happened to build it on land that I owned. I mean, land that I had completely forgotten about.
And so you were sent to jail.
Yes. The state prison at Anawanda.
Anawanda. Sounds a lot like Anaconda. Sorry. I went through a thing. I'm sorry. Anawanda. There's no prison at state prison in Anawanda, is there?
They have had to put prisoners into some terrible makeshift facilities, like abandoned schools and old army barracks.
I've heard of that, yeah. Is that where you were confined in school?
No, I was confined in the Twilight Motel. That's in the downtown part of Anawanda.
Ooh, the sleaziest part. It was sort of like a minimum security motel?
It was a hellhole. That's the only way to describe it.
You mean you weren't even in the big house? Boy, what a gyp.
What was it like, Your Ex Honor?
It was a hellhole.
Can we say that on television?
I think we can.
Just as long as it
Not
isn't
a brand name.
You know.
You know, Bart, I could see the snakes were
Also appearing on tonight's show were Darian Mathias as Sherry McCormick, Dee Marcus as Connie Bushman, Hank Stoll as the Doll Man, Sid Williams as the Animated Man, Jim Antonio as Herbert H. Jansen, Kelly as Berkey, and Amaria as Theta Boa.
Covers this plateau.